Let me first. Hey guys, this is Shaney Entertaining coming to you live, talking about the Bumblebee trailer. Oh, things got into an. There was mild turbulence on this flight. I can't hit the table because if I hit the table, all hell breaks loose. I want you guys to see my Transformers. This is a Bumblebee trailer review and discussion. Impromptu. I'll tell you why. What's I want to put some transfismors here, so it increases my credibility. Move over, Gizmo. Not quite. No, move over. Gizmo, not caca, but move over. Okay, there you go. And turn this off. There's no need for that light. That's so much better. So yeah, guys. I want to talk to you guys because I was itching since I saw the trailer, and I just couldn't wait to make a video. So I just want to do this live. There's the earthquake again. So yeah, I couldn't wait to do it, and so that's why I had to do it like this. First of all, I want to see if my I always got to do this because I had issues in the past with my sound, so I just want to make sure my sound is good. I now use this, and every time I use this, it seems to be okay. So let me just check to see if that is the I'm sorry if there's a lot of clicking, guys. Just bear with me for just a second. Guys, just bear with me for just a second. Excellent, Smithers. Let's do this thing now. I'm wearing my black and yellow. Hello, Nancy Henrique. How are you? I should talk louder, she said. So, hello. Is this better? I don't know. It sounded okay on my end from when I heard it. Is it? Let me put. Is it okay now? All right. You keep saying hi, Shaney, but you didn't need. I need you to tell me if it's a little louder. All right, good. So yeah, guys. So I wanted to talk to you about again the earthquake. I gotta remind myself not to touch the computer, and then all hell breaks loose. Told you. So yeah, guys. When I watched this trailer now, I had no expectations going into this thing. I mean, little to zero, like none. I was already pretty much done with it. I had even said I'm done with the Bay universe. I'm done with Transformers. They broke my heart far too many times, and I can't. Being a huge fan of the Transformers as I am, it was my favorite toy growing up playing with. I loved everything Transformers. My big wheel was a Transformer. My Transformers were Transformers. I mean, the ones you plug into the wall. Those were Transformers, and I had watches, everything growing up. Just it was all about. I even used to create my own Transformers in school with me, and we weren't nerds at all. We used to sit around and just come up with different versions, different Transformers, and invent them. And I even think we thought of sending it to Hasbro just to see if they would make them, and we never did. Had no follow through. We had ideas, just didn't have the follow through, guys. Remember, life lesson: have the ideas, but have the follow through. So yeah, and so when I first heard that they were going to come out with a Transformers movie, which I mean, way back when, right? I think it was 2007, 2008. I don't remember. But it was the first time I heard it. I was like, oh my God, my dreams are all going to come true. And then I saw the tangled, twisted mess on the screen. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not recognizable. What is this? Right? And the first movie with Shia LaBeouf, while it wasn't horrible. It was okay. I think at first I hated it just because it didn't look a thing. I mean, Peter Cullen's voice being in it right away, I was like, whoa, Peter Cullen. Just to hear, hi, I'm Optimus Prime, right? Which I was excited for. I hadn't heard him in a while. And the rest of the movie was just sort of like, what? What's that? Who's this guy? There's no barricade. The cop is supposed to be an Autobot. Not the police. Police is an Autobot, not a Prowl. right? So all these things kind of upset you, and then you just sort of like. But then after the second time and the third time I watched it, because I like pain, I liked it more and more, and it ended up liking it just as a decent film. It was fun, but that's the only one I liked. After that, it was right, crash and burn. Couldn't get into any of that. So now I'd given up. I'd given up on Hollywood altogether too, guys. I already even made a video about giving it up. And just when you think you're out, they pull you back in. And yeah, so I watched this trailer yesterday. It was kind of a surprise. I was like, no, another Bumblebee trailer. The first one, I'll be honest, the first trailer, while I liked him being a Volkswagen Beetle, because it's a hark back to the old school, and the fact it's in the 80s, I liked. I wasn't feeling it at first because a lot of the stuff seemed rehashed. Like the whole like I know they didn't do it properly in the first one, but this you still saw almost the exact similar scenes, like Shia LaBeouf going to get the car, and then he's driving around the car, and then the car becomes Bumblebee, and he's like whoa, that whole thing had been done before, so I was just like, oh, so but they're just doing it in a different way now. This time it's a girl, and I was just like, right? Until it's like it didn't disappoint me, but it didn't excite me enough to get all excited about, right? And go woo, jazzed up about it. Another Autobot, by the way, jazz. Hey Toriel, hi there. How you doing? Glad to see you're on. Let me know if you. Hey, Horrendo Revolver. My comment disappeared. What do you mean your comment disappeared? Glad to see you guys are great. Are you guys Transformers fans? If not, are you just Shaney Entertaining fans? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But yeah, so when I watched this trailer, guys, I was just been talking about the trailer. Thank you. I love you too. You can tell I've had a little bit of coffee today. I'm wired. It's also because I'm excited. Finally got a movie to get excited about. It's been a while for me to get excited about a movie, and I did not expect Transformers to do it. So when I actually watched the trailer, and it was just the first one, I was just it was okay. Like I said, it didn't do enough to get me really want to go back. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, Transformer trailer broke. And I was like, oh, here we go. Let's see this one now. That's how cynical I was. I even made that face and everything. With that voice, the whole thing. Let's see what happens now. I don't have a very mean, cynical face. So I actually watched it, and I swear to God, this is the first time this noise ever came out of me. It was I don't even know where that noise came from. Never in my life have I had that noise. Never. Suddenly I'm making that noise several times in this trailer. Yeah, this trailer does. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff similar, Toriel, from I found like in the first Transformers movie to this one. There was a lot of similarities because the whole finding the car, taking it home, working on it, and then to find out that later on that it's a Transformer. I mean, this one I think this one's going to be a little quicker. And I like the relationship that they're doing with this better, where they didn't. I think the other one tried to be too cool. This one is actually nice, sweet kind of moment. This one I love it because it reminds me of E.T. in a lot of ways, and I think it's purposefully done to remind you of E.T. because you can tell there was a lot of like, even though I think there's a part where he touches her and like you and almost like ouch, Elliot, right, kind of deal scene in that movie. So you know that you're trying to tug on your E.T. heartstrings. And I think the whole premise actually of this movie is going to be about E.T. It's going to be similar to E.T. From what I'm gathering in the trailer, from what I think it's this is my take. I could be wrong, but this is what I think. She finds the car. The car turns out to be an alien, just like E.T. Well, E.T. wasn't a car. He was an alien. And then she has a relationship with it, a bond. Cops are out after him. Right? The police are chasing after him. So just like E.T., the police want him, so she has to hide him. She has some friends go along with her, just like Elliot had friends go along with him. And then you have afterwards, you have this whole ET phone home, and I really believe this is another thing where you see even when the projection of Optimus Prime comes out of his chest, it's definitely an ET phones home type of deal because he's probably going to try to communicate back to Cybertron and Optimus Prime and ask for help because he's under attack by a bunch of Decepticons and the Air Force and all that stuff. So I really believe that this is with a little more of a with a little more of a sci-fi edge, a little more of an action movie edge. This is like ET with an action movie edge to it. And so I think the whole premise is going to be Bumblebee phone home, and then Optimus Prime comes down and probably at the end or something. I don't know. But that's sort of what I feel is the case, is what's going on. The excitement comes from there, and then when you saw the actual images of Optimus Prime, and he looks like this. He fine. Yeah, I know that voice. Like Optimus Prime's voice is like, I am Optimus Prime. I don't think I do a good Optimus Prime. That's something I still got to work on. But that's good because Peter Cullen is unique. And I love his voice, and if he ever goes, it's a big loss. I don't know if anyone could probably have somebody do the voice, but it's just he's so iconic, and the bass behind it is so powerful. I love it. Oh, thanks, Horrendo Revolver. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and do more of those impression videos as often as I can. Hey, Stormtrooper babe. Welcome to the chat. I was just talking about, if you're just coming in, I was just talking about how I'm a big fan of this Bumblebee trailer. It made me make noises I've never made before. And I'm a guy who's all about noises. So when I go, like a little kid, that's a noise that I'm just not used to doing. And when I saw those Transformers, those Transformer old G1s on screen, it just like made me I felt like a kid, like I haven't felt in such a long time. It was a great moment, and that's why I had to do this video. Now I still have some issues with it because I don't know what they're doing. Are they doing a reboot? Because they haven't really said that. They haven't said if they were doing a reboot. They haven't said if they were doing if this is a reboot. They still claim it's part of the Bay verse, which I really hope it isn't, because Bay, it just can't take it. It's too much explosions. And then, while I know they said there was explosions in this one, this seemed a little bit more tempered. Like we expect explosions in a Transformers movie. It's to be expected, but not when the explosions are exploding. Because I think Bay had explosions exploding. That's how bad it was, and you couldn't make out anything. Nothing was discernible. It was all just flying, twisted pieces of metal in the air, and you're like, "Who is this? What is this guy doing here? What's happening now?" You couldn't follow the action. This one seems, because the colors are more pronounced and more unique, it seems like it's like there's actually a way to follow the characters in this. So there's a place for action, Michael Bay. Just so you know. Just don't overdo it with the action to the point where nothing's discernible from anything else. And I like the story. Like I said, it's like E.T. I do believe they're going for an E.T. thing in this movie. Bumblebee, E.T. Similar. Now here's another thing, guys. Here's another thing. We have an actual female lead, and you know what? I haven't heard anybody complain about a female lead, but yet we still love this movie, guys. How is this possible? What's Bumblebee? Bumblebee is this, a Transformer from the Transformers movie. Bumblebee is he's the yellow car. He was the Camaro in the Bay Transformers movie, which they screwed up because he's actually supposed to be a Volkswagen Beetle in the cartoons. So that's who Bumblebee is, Stormtrooper babe. And you're not ignorant, you're just uninformed. Which I guess is technically ignorant in that topic, but I don't like that word. It's nasty. So yeah, but isn't it a surprise that we have a female lead and people are actually praising this movie? I'd like, and not just like go on all the trailers, all the trailer reactions. Everybody's loving this movie, and here's the thing: if they could, like, let's be honest, Transformers is a boys' toy. It was boys played with it. Most guys loved it, and it wasn't like they're not to say girls didn't like it, but it was mostly a guy thing, not really a boy thing. And yes, yeah, he is very lovable. He was even more lovable in the cartoon, Toriel. If you actually watch the cartoon, he had a voice. Oh, the chat just collapsed. I don't know what happened. Something happened to the chat. Oh, now it's back. Don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, yeah. He was lovable in the cartoon, and he actually had he actually had a voice in the cartoon. And I guess they're going with the whole thing in this movie, which, oh, whatever. I mean, if you're a purist, and you can't take change, then you get upset by that. I don't mind change. I mind a little change here and there, especially if it enhances the character. I have no problem with it. But change for the sake of change, I don't like. So to be honest, so like I said, guys, we talk about this is a boy's toy, and they put a female lead, and a lot of people who I think mentioned that there was a female lead in this. I forgot her name. I can't remember. Sounds like Seinfeld, but it's not. I can't remember. I'll check it out somehow. But she's been in other things. People have said that it's a boy's toy, and therefore we want to relate to the character as a boy watching this movie, and so that's the only comment I've ever heard about it being a female lead in this. Other than that, no one said a damn thing, and everyone's praising this movie, which means all I have is girls here today, which is good. So I'm talking female leads with girls. It's awesome. Yeah, hi Nancy. So yeah, a female. So I don't think this is just the proof that female leads isn't the problem, guys. And it's another. Oh, and Horrendo, yeah. I don't think that it's the problem. I think Hollywood will constantly trying to push that agenda on us about it being about we can't accept a female lead, which is not true, man. We this is something that we could have really gotten mad about, but we chose not to because the movie looks fantastic, and they're giving us fan service, which is what we want, right? Star Wars, pay attention. Lucasfilm, pay attention. Here we have a situation where we hated the movie, we didn't give our money to, we were through with, we pretty much given up on, and from 1 second to the next, we'll go from just because of fan service. That seemed organic, not forced, and they did it right, and they decided, hey, so the fans want it to look like this and be like this. And so they gave it to us, and they have to put a female lead in it because I understand that from a marketing perspective, because it's a boy, you're going to get the boys, so now you got to bring in the girls, and so you have to have it, have to have an angle to bring in the girl audience, and that's fine. I don't have no issue with that at all, and I actually love their relationship. It seems really cute online. If you guys watch it, watch the trailer if you haven't yet. Because I really, this is something that jazzed me up, and I said I gave up on. You are so lucky, Shani, to be surrounded by girls. I ain't no thing. No kidding, eh? My whole high school life, I was surrounded by girls, but I was always the type, was always that guy, friend that could get along with girls when I was a kid. I got along with both. I could get along with boys and girls. I just had that knack for it, I guess, maybe because I was funny. So I was equally accepted in both, and it didn't matter. Like, I had a lot of friends that were, mind you, I was a roamer in high school. I don't know, you know what a roamer is. A roamer is a guy who doesn't have one clique. Like, I would walk and hang out with like these people, and I'd hang out with these people. I could hang out with the jocks, the nerds, and even student council. Anybody and be fit in just because I don't know. I don't even know why. I was able to, but I never stayed. I was never a stayer. I was always a roamer. But yeah, so I'm okay with being surrounded by girls. My wife may not know. she, she's probably texting me right now. I'm watching you on this live stream. I'm sorry, it had nothing to do with it. But yeah, guys. So I want to ask you guys a question since you guys are here. My first car was a bug. Wish it was a bee. It was a bee, it would be able to fly. A bug. Yeah, I've been in a bug once in my entire life. It was cold as ass because they weren't insulated very well, from what I remember. They had like and it's Canada, so to drive around in a bug in Canada in the middle of winter is a no-no. You freeze your butt off because it wasn't very. Those cars weren't very insulated. The original ones, I think the modern ones obviously are, but the old ones, the ones that from the movie, definitely not. And you know what's weird about that car? If your cat is around, can we see him, please? Yes, you may. Hang on, I may have to go pick him up. You guys mind staring at my toys for a little bit? If I just do that. Come here. Whoa. Hey, sorry, guys. She's very shy. It's funny because she's not shy amongst me, and she's very laid back most of the time. But she seems to, I don't know, animals have this knowledge about being on camera, I think. And she's like, she doesn't normally act like this. This is weird. She's very laid back. Her name is Chloe, by the way. Thank you. They're not all my toys, by the way. I don't play with Gem. Well, I don't play with these ones either anymore. But yeah. So she was a rescue cat. Original name? Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, my microphone was muffled. Her name is Chloe. All right, she wants to go. You guys mind if I let her go? I have two cats. One's very old, 19 years old. Her name is Chloe. Extra hot. Her name is Chloe. She was a rescue. We found her. She was this big, and we saw her and brought her home. And my wife fell in love with her because when she went to go to go see her, she reached out and touched her on the hand, and that was it. It was love at first sight, and brought her home. I've been raised with cats my whole life. I don't know how many I've had, so many. And my mom was one of those that loves to take in strays. She was not. I mean, at one point we almost called her the crazy cat lady, the one. But yeah, that's her. I guess this is kind of devolved from being a Bumblebee movie to something else. That's fine. A Bumblebee thing to something else, which is okay. I'm here at your disposal, guys. Whatever you guys want. She's very beautiful, wonderful. Thank you so much for showing her. No problem. Anytime. She could take over the show next time. I'll sit her here, and then she could do it because she's probably gonna get more views than I would eventually. Cat videos do really well. I have a dog too, guys. Want to see my dog? Come here, Cookie. Come here. You won't come unless I have a treat. Come here, Grandma. He's too busy sleeping. He's an older dog too. So yeah, guys. So that's my deal with Hollywood. Back to the topic. Is that it's funny because we talk about Star Wars, right? And we think that and even now with this Marvel stuff, and is like they keep trying to push this we don't like female lead stuff on us, and it's just so not true. And this is gonna prove once and for all how untrue this is, because if people go support this Bumblebee movie, even though there's a female lead in it, and it doesn't, I mean, most boys, want to relate to it as from a boy perspective. And if we could say it's okay, it's fine, I'll love it either way, then there's nothing to this. There's nothing to this whole fake narrative that they try to push. Because we just want to see a good movie, and we don't care if who's in it. We don't care if it's a girl, a guy, a toaster. Toaster would be a fun lead. All my animals are rescued. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you ever wonder though, like how an ant, like dogs, for instance, like if you're a dog owner, you ever ask yourself this: how does a dog survive without a human being? I mean, and this is the way I ask this question: is my dog cannot. Yeah, it's Chloe. My dog cannot. Will eat everything off the floor. I mean, he'll eat a thumbtack if it's there. And I'm like, how do you survive without me to tell you not to eat a damn thumbtack? You should know not to eat glass in the thumbtack. If a glass breaks on the floor, we gotta hide all the pieces before the dog is like a vacuum cleaner and eats the whole thing. And I'm like, how are you alive today if I'm not here to tell you not to eat glass? And it makes you wonder sometimes about animals, especially dogs, because they'll eat anything. And cats are beautiful. All four of my cats are rescue too. Sort of Stormtrooper baby. I've always had cats, even growing up. Yeah, cats, and I mean animals, especially cats, because they're independent. A dog, not so much, because a dog is like a child that never grows up. And a cat you can leave alone, and you can do your thing and come back. That's why I've really liked cats. I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs. They're like friends. But they're like a Bumblebee tuna. Stormtrooper Babe wrote Bumblebee tuna. Did you write that for me to do that? Because that was my first instinct when you wrote it, was to say Bumblebee tuna. For those who don't know, that's Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. And how are you doing this afternoon? Oh, righty then. Hey, Comet, come here, say hi. Nah, he doesn't. You don't want to come. I keep trying, but you don't want to come. Yeah. So, guys, if I was going to talk to you guys about my other video I did, the impressions one. If there's anything specific you guys want to see me do, don't hesitate to ask. I also want to do a tutorial, another one, eventually about teaching someone how to do maybe a different impression that people might want to learn. I have a cat that does the same thing. She eats things that are not food and scares it. It's true. It's true. You're like, how are you alive if you can eat that? If I'm not here to tell you not to eat this, this is clearly not food. They're supposed to smell, right? They're supposed to smell things off the ground, and those things they smell, like if it's bad smell, they're not supposed to eat it. If there's like a good smell, they eat it. Like they're supposed to know that, right? But how is it that sometimes they don't know that? They'll eat poison, rat poison on the floor. They're like, this smells good. And you're like, what are you doing? No, I'm gonna drive you to the vet yet. Not that I leave rat poison around the house, guys. This was just a generalized example that has never happened. I'm sticking to my story. But yeah. So yeah. Again, back to I don't know if we're off topic, but I'm going to continue going back on topic until someone changes the topic. Which is, again, with this whole thing with Hollywood. Has anybody caught that stuff with? Are you guys planning on watching the Marvel movies? What do you call it? Captain Marvel. I don't know if you guys are planning on seeing that movie, because I don't think I'm going to watch that one. I don't like. And I was planning to watch it, but I just don't like the way that they're handling the marketing on it. So you were goading me to do that, right? This Stormtrooper babe said, yes, I did. So you were trying to get me to do Ace Ventura. Alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye then. What my favorite impressions to do. Love that movie growing up, Ace Ventura. I still think it's probably one of my favorite comedies of all times. Of all time. I just like that zany type of character, and I think it holds up. Actually, if you watch it again, I don't know if you guys have ever watched it recently, and it still holds up. A lot of comedies from that era didn't hold up. That does, in my opinion. Other people, especially part two with the guano. That was in part two, wasn't it? Bumblebee tuna. That was in part. Yeah, that was in part two because he was talking to that African tribe, and that's why they it sounded like he was saying bumblebee tuna. They were saying bumblebee tuna, so he just go bumblebee tuna, type of dealy. But yeah, so that's really what I really wanted to say. It's supposed to be a quick video. This has gone on for longer than I expected, guys. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about while I'm still here and ask me questions? I'm ready to answer any questions you guys want today. I didn't actually expect anybody to be on, to be perfectly honest. I was just going to come on, do my thing, and then get out and leave. And you guys surprised me, and I'm glad to have you guys, by the way, because I don't feel so lonely when I'm here by myself. So if there's anything you'd like for me to do before I leave, impressions or ask me a question. Yeah, Rich Little. He was Canadian, wasn't he? He was also Canadian, just like me. Yeah, Rich Little was one of those heroes growing up. I've always, he's hero. Yeah. Rich Little was one of my heroes growing up. I had a lot of them. I learned how to do impressions though by what's his name? The guy who did Garth. What the heck is his name? Shoot, why can't I think of his name? The Wayne and Garth. Take care. What the hell is the guy's name? I'm thinking is Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey. I watched him do a video about how to learn impressions and how he learned how to do them, and then I started to mimic what he said. Yes, was in part two. Shoot. Yeah. I learned how to do impressions from him. Dana Carvey said once in a video that you just take a little snippet of, and that's why I think other people can learn it, right? I never was the person. I never thought that. Yeah, you need to have a voice range for sure, but I think that's something that you can always work on, because a lot of stuff I had to work to stretch my voice to do, like just repetitive. Like I couldn't do a lot of voices right off the bat. I had to stretch the voice to do. And sometimes it strains it, but you don't push it too hard. But you can eventually condition your voice to change. But what he said was take a little piece of like just one sentence or one word and just master that one word, and then do the sentence, and then from the sentence, start working on other words. And I used to annoy the people I lived with all the time, just doing different impressions here and there all the time. I think my first impression that annoyed everybody was Pee Wee Herman. I know you are, but what am I? I know Pee Wee. That was my first impression to do way back when. Just was an Indiana. Oh yeah, yeah, Indiana Jones. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Indiana Jones. It ranks up there with Back to the Future and Star Wars is up there as my top 3 movies of all time. And I can understand Marvel, I believe, is going downhill. I think the Infinity Wars is my personal opinion, guys, and I'm usually right about things that I think when I say them. And I believe that you're going to see a complete drop in Marvel after this movie. I think that it's reached its peak. It's reached its pinnacle. And I think after the Infinity Wars, the second one, we're going to see. I think Hollywood is going to take it. Not Hollywood, but superhero movies are going to take a dive. Don't buy into superhero stock. It's going down. That's my prognostications. Why did you just say turtle? Oh, turtle. Yeah, that's right. What's a turtle? Shoot, what the heck? I don't remember the name. What was the name of the movie? I know it was with Dana Carvey, but turtle. I like turtles. There's that other kid from YouTube. Remember that kid? But yeah, I do believe I could teach it to people if they want to learn. But you have to try. You got to try. Church lady. Hold on. Isn't that special? That's all I can remember her saying. Isn't that special? I think that's all I remember her saying. She makes me feel kind of funny, like when I used to climb the rope in gym class. Yeah, right. As if not. Welcome to Shane's world. All right, okay. Party on, Wayne. Swing. Yeah, those are tangents. Sometimes I have to hold back the impression Tourette's that I tend to have at times, especially during videos. Oh yeah, Pee Wee. I loved Pee Wee until he was caught playing with his Pee Wee, which, what's going on? Why can't we just have people we envy and they just live up to our expectations? Why is so often do the people we love end up doing some weird stuff and we just go, why? Why can't you be normal? That's all we ask. We don't ask you to be great. We just ask you to be normal. Is that so wrong? Is that so hard for us to have someone? Yes. Check out if you guys want to see I did it on my 30. Nancy says she likes my Wayne's World impression on my Instagram channel. I do. If you guys want to check me out on Instagram, by the way, I do this thing called "Bitch Can't Guess This," where I used to do a lot of movie scenes, and I'd act them all out, and I would tell you which movie they were from, and you'd have to guess. And I'd give shout outs to those who guessed right. And so if you guys want to play that game, I want to go check me out on Instagram, Shaney Entertaining at Instagram.com. I have a lot of where I do a lot of those, like I said, I act out a scene and I play all the different characters, but I don't tell you what movie it's from, and you just got to guess. And so if you want to check that out, go ahead. I haven't done one in a long time just because I've been so busy with other things. And but I got plenty of them there if you want to check it out. They're not all impressions. Some of them are just me acting, doing some acting, just acting away my little self. So yeah, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna head out soon. So like, if there's no more questions or anything you guys want to know, I'm gonna head out. I got some grocery shopping to do and some cooking to do. A lot of smiley faces there, Stormtrooper babe. You've become my favorite. My like, are you a real fan? I don't know. I blush every time. By the way, thank you for your kind words. I was going through a really tough time yesterday, and the day before. My car and my TV broke down at the same time. No car, no TV. Make Shaney something. I'm going crazy. And a few other things have been happening. So just life happens sometimes, and I really sometimes you doubt yourself, and you need someone to say, you're not so bad after all, Shaney. And then you did that for me. So thank you very much. And everybody else, Toriel as well, and everybody who supports me. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate you guys coming on here and doing this. I will probably be doing something soon with Ian from Opinion, and I have a video that I'm going to edit today. It's going to go up tomorrow, and Ben Johnson's going to be in it, and I also have Stephanie Janizek is going to be in another video I'm going to do maybe next week. So I'm going to start working together with more people. And if you guys want to work together with me as well, I don't mind doing videos with y'all. It's fun. Maybe we'll do one together. C3PO. It's all your fault. I don't know. It's hard for me to find things to say at random. R2. This is all your fault. Shut up, Shory. You know what's weird? A lot of people say that they really like my Luke Skywalker. And the funny part is I don't really do much for Luke Skywalker. I think we just have similar voices. Because I was like, really? I think that's the worst thing I do. And everyone's like, your Luke Skywalker is great. And I'm like, I just tweaked my voice a little bit for that one. Because he's not really, I think it's maybe we just have similar voices, me and Mark Hamill and I. 'Cause I like, I think he does a Joker and I could do the same Joker. I'm going to do one with all those too, like superhero stuff and impressions on that as well. Anyway, guys, I am going to go this time. So I got things to do. Stormtrooper Babe, thank you very much. Like having you guys there. Yes, good journey. You like me. You really like me. All right, guys. I do this for you guys right now. And like I said, anything you guys want, if you guys want to join me on one of these one day, hit me up on and we'll discuss a time and we'll do it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna head out right now. All right. So thank you guys for showing up and I appreciate it and talk to y'all later. Go watch Bumblebee. Go support that movie because we should always support when Hollywood does right because we punish when they do bad. So we got to make sure that it's like having an animal. You got to give them treats when they do good, and then punish them when they do bad. All right, guys. So I'll talk to you guys later. And again, I got to do this time.